joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Markkanen and Carter are up front. Junior's out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. And for Detroit, they've got Griffin. White is out there with Hayes. Then there's Okafor, and it's Bay in at the 3. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Bulls shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Well, I think Junior's big X factor has always been his natural ability. It seems like there's nothing he can't do and no upward limit to his athleticism.
Now here's Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
He gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
Junior with it. Hayes on him. And that one's good, Junior. All around the league, the big news for Junior was he won the Player of the Month. Greg, great performance and production from him every game.
And when you look at the numbers, Junior was the clear choice. What he gave this team in categories across the board cannot be matched. Fantastic month, punctuated by a Player of the Month award.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. And Griffin with the layup. Griffin's got his second basket.
And the athleticism of Griffin, just remarkable. He's fantastic at using his elevation on the glass.
And Blake Griffin, the combination of power and agility, that guy is a handful inside.
Yeah, Jay, he can finish with either hand. He favors that right block, and he's got an array of moves down there to keep it guessing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Hayes the pass to Okafor. Outside Griffin. Out left to the wing. Here's Hayes. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The Pistons head coach and I did get a chance to talk. Now they have not won yet in 2 meetings against this team, but Coach says he expects a different story tonight. He expects them to attack more offensively and worry a little less about waiting for the perfect shot. We'll see if that approach lets them win this first game in the season series. Kevin?
Appreciate that, David. Interesting report there, GA. The team focused on what it can do offensively.
Bottom line, in this league, you have to score points. Sounds like they have a plan.
Pacing will be important. You'd like to see them move the ball and concentrate on taking good shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Junior. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Great aggressive play by Junior that time. When in doubt, take it at defenders with conviction. You can earn a trip to the line.
And if you haven't seen the news, Junior once again winning a rookie of the Month award. He keeps on, Greg, impressing with his play.
And you would have gotten great odds in Vegas if you picked Junior to be Rookie of the Year before the season. But now, this guy looks like the front runner after winning another award.
And they're on the break. LaVine for 3, knocks down the 3 ball.
And it's important that Markkanen develops his floor awareness. I mean, passes like that go a long way.
The Pistons trailing. Oh, Griffin in position. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
This is what Griffin does best. I mean, he's like a ballet basketball player. When he gets in the air, he just hangs there, looks around, spins, gets some popcorn, gives a high five to his teammates, and then throws it in your face.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, tough game on the road.
For Detroit, they have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. Twelve seconds left in the first quarter. Now, Junior. Beyond the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Junior's got 10 points in the game.
Oh, man, the range of Junior. Every time he can hit a long-range shot, the D is spread that much more. Open some driving lanes.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball in. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out the gate.
The defense spinning in circles. Hard to cover all that ground.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Grant is out there with Josh Jackson. And it's Musa in at the 2. Free throw good, Junior. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Wizards, put on a show. He finished with 20 points, and his activity on defense was solid, coming up with a lot of blocks and steals. That game had his name all over it. And Kevin, I'm sure he wants to write his name again over this one.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, right. Now, I'm sure he wants to come out in attack mode. The other key for him is to continue to get to his spots on the floor.
Jackson has the open look. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And you can see now Jackson starting to shoot that shot with ease. A lot of confidence now flowing through the young fella.
To the inside. Junior takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Junior's got 6 points in the quarter. Pistons trail by 9. Now here's Wright. This game he had 13. Launches a 3. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Chicago's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game.
No stopping Junior here. The assertive slam, hot off the drive, just overwhelms the D.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Junior really making a difference here.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Markkanen comes in for Young. Williams, he's checked in for Chandler Hutchison. And Levine subbed in for Valentine. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Chicago making a switch here. Lights checked in. And so, guys, it's Junior making things happen for the Chicago Bulls. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Junior in this one, he's been everywhere.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Yeah, I mean, showing that tenacity both mentally and physically.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Taking a look at the Bulls. Markkanen and Carter are up front. Junior's out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Williams at the small forward. And that one is good. Junior's got 20.
Such a crafty competitor. Junior using the pick to get a little extra space for shots.
Hayes dishes to Okafor. Back to Hayes. Pass to Bay. Over to the left wing. The kick out to right. Back to Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Markkanen, and the shot is long.
I like what he was trying to do, shaking the D with the fadeaway. Tough look, though.
And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by LaVine. And it's 6 points for Williams.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Their poise has been tremendous. I mean, excellent at both ends, has them increasing this lead.
Again, the miss by the Pistons. Chicago leading by 20. Griffin with the steal.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Bay passes to Hayes. LaVine against Wright. Back to Hayes. Offline with his three.
He's been cold, and it's been hurting him. The D, I mean, was ready for him. He hasn't been able to solve it.
Junior the pass to Carter. Junior with it. Now Okafor defends.
Oh!
That's a great dunk!
Freakish athletically.
That's
Wow.
how you do it.
And that's the kind of dunk that can energize a team. Junior's here to inspire.
He's with it. He has 7. He dishes it to Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
He's been as dependable as he always is. He can't do it all by himself.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. And Stewart gets it to go.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Junior with it. Now Wright defended. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And not backing down from the physical defense. Junior embraces taking on these challenges.
Nice work at the line so far, going 5 for 5. And he makes the first. For the Pistons, Grant comes in for Okafor. And it's Musa in for DeLon Wright. Kobe White, he's checked in for the Bulls. Well, in the dunk contest, we saw Michael Jordan take on Dominique Wilkins. These days, not as many star players are participating in these skills competitions, like Greg the slam dunk.
I think it's a great point you raised, Kevin, and I think in part because back in that era, you know, the reality is guys didn't make the kind of dollars they make today. And there was more risk, I guess, in the mindset of guys today, and they didn't want to take that challenge on. So I wish we would see more of our stars in the slam dunk contest, but
yes.
I don't think that's going to be the case, unfortunately, as much as we'd all like to see it.
Stewart passes to Musa. Fires for three. He doesn't hit that one. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. This one for three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Here's Junior. Rebounded by Jackson.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should be easy.
And the foul called on Junior. That's foul number 2 for him. Detroit making a switch here. Doomboy is checked in. And Chicago also making a switch. Satoransky's checked in for Junior. There's 53 seconds left to play in the... He's got 5. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Young. Noah Vonleh comes in for Ballantyne. Garrett Temple has checked in for Satoransky. And Junior subbed in for Kobe White. Here's Bay, and they convert at last on attempt number 3.
No basket feels better than a putback. Love getting rewarded for grinding it out on the glass.
Griffin is out there with Okafor. Then it's DeLon Wright. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Hutchison passes to Junior. Count it.
Wow, I love everything Junior is doing tonight. Playing with intensity and getting big buckets.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Griffin. Hutchison with the rebound. Chicago's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the 3-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Here's Junior. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
High effort play. One thing Junior's known for, his ability to outwork others.
Talk about receding in the playoffs when you got down to the final 4 teams. If it ensures the 2 best teams make the finals, it would seem to me, Greg, to be worth it. What about you?
You know, it could be. I think about the worldwide attention on that championship round, but you got to get the Eastern Conference teams to sign off on that. And, you know, we've seen it happen in the past where the power shifts from one conference to the other. But ultimately, nothing better than seeing the 2 best teams play for it all.
And it's Magruder missing. Here's Junior, and Junior throws it down.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bulls.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Junior.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it.
I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
For Detroit, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the 4th. That's about 43%. Right inside. And the dunk by Wright.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. In the corner, it's Temple. 32 seconds left in the game. To the paint. Just 5 to shoot. Conley kicks to Junior. It's good from long range. Junior's got 36.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Wright finds Ellington. Here's Magruder. Makes it off the glass.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something.